The night air was thick with fog, swirling in eerie patterns over the deserted road. A single street lamp flickered, its glow struggling to pierce the gloom. The silence was unnatural, heavy, as if the entire world held its breath. Then came the first whisper, a soft, almost imperceptible sound that slithered through the air like a serpent. Ethan's hands clenched the steering wheel as his car rumbled along the isolated stretch of road. His headlights barely cut through the dense mist ahead. He was exhausted, his eyelids heavy, but the urgency in his gut pushed him forward. The invitation had been cryptic. Come alone. Midnight. The old house on Black Hollow Road. You'll find what you're looking for. A joke, maybe? A prank? But Ethan had no choice. He had to know. The old house loomed ahead, its silhouette monstrous against the pale moonlight. Its windows were dark eyes, watching, waiting. The gate creaked as he pushed it open, its rusted hinges screaming in protest. The moment his foot touched the overgrown path leading to the porch, the whisper came again. Closer this time. His pulse hammered. He turned sharply, scanning the surroundings, but saw nothing. Just the endless fog curling around the trees like ghostly fingers. He climbed the steps, each groaning under his weight. The door stood slightly ajar, inviting, daring. He swallowed hard and stepped inside. The air smelled of damp wood and something else, something foul, rotten. He pulled his phone out, its flashlight slicing through the darkness. The furniture was draped in white sheets, resembling specters frozen mid-dance. A grandfather clock stood against the far wall, unmoving, its hands forever stuck at 12:01. A rustling noise from upstairs. His breath hitched. He wasn't alone. Hello? His voice barely reached past his lips. No response. Another sound, this time from the hallway. Soft footsteps. Hesitant. He forced himself to move, his steps slow, cautious. The hallway stretched before him, lined with doors that seemed to breathe in the dim light. He reached the first one, its knob icy beneath his touch. With a deep breath, he pushed it open. The room was empty. A single rocking chair sat by the window, moving ever so slightly, as if someone had just left it. A whisper right behind him. He spun, heart slamming against his ribs. Nothing. But the air had changed. It was colder now. Heavy. He pressed on deeper into the house. Each step felt like wading through water, thick and resistant. The second door creaked open, revealing a child's bedroom frozen in time. Toys lay scattered across the floor, a doll with missing eyes propped against the bed. A music box sat atop a dresser, its lid slightly open, the melody trapped within. Then it played, a single note high and sharp. He stepped back. The floor groaned beneath him. And then the closet door burst open. A figure lunged. He stumbled, crashing into the dresser. His flashlight flickered wildly as he scrambled back. But there was nothing there. Only the empty closet. The whisper came again. This time it formed words. Don't look. His chest tightened. He turned toward the hallway, his pulse a frantic drum. A shadow moved at the end of it. A figure, watching. Then it smiled. A grotesque, twisted grin that stretched far beyond what was humanly possible. Ethan ran. His feet pounded against the wooden floor as he bolted down the stairs. The whisper followed him, growing louder, changing into something guttural, hungry. The front door loomed ahead, his escape. But as his fingers reached for the handle, the door slammed shut on its own. A cold breath on his neck. Then a voice, low and guttural, whispered the final warning. "You shouldn't have come." Darkness swallowed him whole. Ethan awoke to the sound of distant knocking. His eyes fluttered open, and he found himself lying on the cold wooden floor of the grand foyer. The house had changed. The walls pulsed as if they were breathing, and the chandelier overhead swung gently, though there was no breeze. His phone was gone. Another knock echoed through the halls, but it wasn't coming from the front door. It came from upstairs. He hesitated, his heart thudding painfully against his ribs. Something about the knock was unnatural, methodical, like the ticking of a clock. He had no choice but to move. Staying still felt like an invitation for whatever lurked in the shadows. As he climbed the staircase, he noticed the family portraits lining the walls. The faces were blurred, their features distorted as if smeared by unseen hands. But as he ascended, the eyes began to take shape. They were watching him. The knocking grew louder, more urgent. It led him to a door at the end of the hallway, slightly ajar. He reached out, hesitating before pushing it open. Inside, the room was small and bare, except for a single wooden chair placed in the center. On it sat a box wrapped in black ribbon. A note rested beside it, scrawled in jagged handwriting. "For you." Ethan's fingers trembled as he reached for the box. The moment he lifted the lid, the whisper returned, rushing in like a gust of wind, chilling him to the bone. And then a hand shot out from the darkness inside the box. It grabbed his wrist with an iron grip, pulling him forward. He screamed, stumbling back, but the hand held firm. His vision blurred, his breath came in ragged gasps. And then, as suddenly as it appeared, the hand released him. Ethan collapsed to the floor, clutching his wrist. The whisper had changed now, no longer distant. It was inside his head. "You belong to us now." The room tilted. The world darkened. And then the real horror began. The walls of the room rippled like liquid, shifting in color and texture. Ethan struggled to rise, but an unseen force pinned him down. A shadowed figure emerged from the corner, its shape constantly morphing, tendrils of darkness licking the air around it. A voice, low, ancient, spoke directly into his mind. "You sought the truth. Now you will know it." Ethan's surroundings melted away, and suddenly he was somewhere else, another time, another existence. He stood in the same house, but it was alive with light, voices, and laughter. A family sat around the fireplace, a father, mother, and 2 children. Their joy was tangible, until the moment the front door burst open. A storm of shadows flooded the house, engulfing the family in darkness. Their screams rang in Ethan's ears. He tried to move, to intervene, but he was powerless. He watched as their faces twisted in agony, their bodies dissolving into the shadows that consumed them. Then silence. The house fell into ruin before his eyes. The walls decayed, the furniture rotted, and darkness settled in every corner. And then the whisper returned. "Now it's your turn."